Alright, Schlockmeisters fans, this is a movie I haven't seen in forever. It's called Old Dracula, with David Niven, also known as Vampira. Let's check it out. We meet Count Dracula, played by
French businessman
David Niven.
who's our telephone when his car broke down. Oh yes, the Virgin. Well, there's not much of that left.
No, indeed, sir.
Another story about Count Dracula.
Well, you are a legend, sir, although not a living one.
As far as people know, since you opened the castle to the public, the response has been spectacular.
Some models are coming to be photographed at the castle.
And then we'll be able to bring my beloved Vampira back to life. Do you realize, Maltravers, it's been 50 years?
They're going to use some blood from one of the Playboy models to bring back his wife.
I'm Mark Williams.
And the models have
Here
arrived.
I am with a mad publicity director, an ice-cold chaperone, and 4 biteable playmates. And we're off to Transylvania to spend the night in Castle Dracula.
The lovely Linda Hayden.
I'm handing in my teeth. I don't like lying in an open coffin all day without blinking my eyes, with tourists poking you with their fingers.
They poke me too, you know. You signed on for a month as one of the undead.
She's supposed to play the role of a vampire, but
Divine salad.
she wants to leave, but she's going to be locked up instead.
Please don't play jokes with me. I don't want my money. I just want to.
Not too much, sir. You're over the limit.
The models have arrived, and Linda Hayden's now a vampire.
Allow me. It looks better if I do it. I've had more practice. Splendid self-control.
That's on God.
And about 18 minutes into the film, they dispose of Linda Hayden. That's a steak. So they need blood samples from all of these ladies.
Who are you?
This is a dream. You're asleep, you understand? Look into my eyes.
They're extracting blood the old-fashioned way. So they're mixing all the blood together, and we take a shot of Vampira, who's been out for a long time.
Long time. More beautiful than her portrait, sir. Sir.
So they start to inject the blood,
Deep color. Unusual for a vampire.
and it seems to be working. However,
Possible.
she's turned into a black woman.
Certainly an odd shade, sir. Ray.
Well, tell me what. I'm black.
Very.
So they hop on board a plane to the U.S., where they're going to try to track down those models and see if they can reverse the process somehow. She bites someone on the plane. Dracula saves a woman from a mugger.
You bother you anymore, my dear?
Oh, thank you.
It's roadside in the ornamental lake.
So they find a new house to stay in.
But the most unusual of all the deaths in this house was the headless body of a serving maid found bricked up in the chimney.
Meanwhile, Vampira goes out on a date. Can't see her in a mirror.
Of course. It is. It's just the shock of them going in, sir.
They're doing this to take control of this guy, get him to do their bidding for him. They're going to send him out to collect the blood.
I'm sorry to use such an old trick on you to bring him here, but I need your help. To get some blood from 3 young ladies.
So he manages to get in with the ladies, and this is the first one. He's got some fake teeth that can actually be used to puncture and capture the blood. However, he doesn't have to use it here because she cut her foot on the floor.
How did you drip on the floor, darling?
Ow!
They've got another lady captured in a dumbwaiter, or they will in a moment. With the next lady, he's going to use his fake fangs. Later on, they all attend a Halloween party. They fit right in.
Rectified visit, gentlemen's room first, sir.
Vampira transforms herself into a bat. So anyway, they got their blood formula and they're putting it back into her now to see if she'll transform back into white. Instead, though, she awakes and bites him. They head to the airport to go back home. And that's when we find out that he turned black.
Good heavens.
Nothing. What's all this?
Officer, thank goodness you've arrived.
Back in Transylvania, they found a drink that's new. If someone wants to drink your health, they drink it out of you. They don't have the movies or corny stuff like that. When you wanna have a ball, you change into a bat.
All right, let's talk about old Dracula. Now, this movie I've had in my collection for probably 20 years. There used to be a place called Video Search of Miami that used to sell, for lack of a better term, bootleg VHS tapes. And they would get copies of things that had never been released on video before, or stuff that was only available overseas and that sort of thing. And one of the movies they had was something called Vampira, or Vampira, I guess it's pronounced. And I picked it up there, which is the alternate title of Old Dracula. So, and then not too long ago, is it Severin that put this out, or is this Vinegar Syndrome? I can't look at it. Vinegar Syndrome. One of their sales, one of their annual sales, they put out Old Dracula. Was it last February? I'm sorry, last Thanksgiving? I can't remember. But anyway, I picked it up. I thought it hadn't been released on DVD in this country, although it looked like it may have been now, but I'm not sure. But anyway, who cares? Got a nice Blu-ray of it. So anyway, the movie itself is a comedy from 1974. I think it was 74. David Niven stars as Dracula, and he's living somewhere in London or something. They're having a bunch of Playboy bunnies come over to the mansion to take pictures and stuff, and it's kind of like a haunted house theme. They don't know that he's a real vampire, a real Dracula. Well, he has a wife or girlfriend named Vampira who's been basically on ice for 50 years. They need some blood to bring her back to life. So the plan is to take some of these Playboy bunnies, get their blood, mix them up, inject it into the wife, and then she'll come alive again. Well, they do that. However, one of the bunnies was black, and the black blood mixed in with the other girl's blood. They don't know exactly whose blood it was or whatever. I'm not exactly sure. But anyway, when they injected it into Vampira, she came back to life, but she turned into a black woman. Teresa Graves is the actress. So he's a little taken back by that. She thinks she's beautiful, but that's not who his girl is. So he wants to reverse the process. So they have to come to, I believe, New York City, America. Now, I read something online that they went to London, but I think that's backwards. I think they actually went to New York City to chase these bunnies down, to try to collect the blood again and reverse the process. Well, through a series of comedies, of errors, and everything, they eventually are able to get blood samples from all the ladies, and they figure out which one it is that they need to bring her back. However, when they're injecting it into her, it doesn't have a response. Instead, she kind of wakes up a little bit, Vampira does, and bites David Niven, Dracula, on the neck. And then we don't see what happens yet, but he turned into something as well. And then they're going to get on a plane and go back to London, I guess. And then this guy was going to come up and he's going to put a stake through his heart. And then he turns around and we see David Niven is also black. It's probably one of the worst black faces I've ever seen. But nonetheless, he turned black too. And then they walk into the terminal, and that's how our movie ends. So anyway, that is Old Dracula, otherwise known as Vampira. Wow. Silly little comedy, only 88 minutes long. Not great, but okay, it's fine. PG rated. However, there was a couple brief nude scenes in it. I used to And back in the 70s and 80s, you could do that. You could get away with a couple of boobs here and there. They don't really have that happen much anymore, but it was kind of nice seeing that. A lot of lovely ladies in this, actually. And a lot of like loose fitting outfits, a lot of cleavage, it's like movie's kind of a big tease, but it does actually give you a little payoff for a PG movie. Like I said, a couple of breast scenes in this movie. So there you go. The perverts in all of us love stuff like that. So anyway, that is David Niven as Old Dracula. Again, it's okay. It's decent. It's a good way to kill 88 minutes. Not bad. Check it out. Leave some comments. Let me know what you think about it. It's Old Dracula, otherwise known as Vampira. Watch it. Bye.